Hello there, Reject Nation. I'm Greg Alba.
I'm John Humphrey.
We're going to watch The Egg, a short story, presumably short film. This comes from a YouTube channel who's killing it on the interwebs right now. Kurzgesagt. In a nutshell, that's how you say it. This is a top reward tier video request from our Patreon, top patron Pete Don. He said that this really, he found inspiring, actually, and very moving. So I figured, yeah, let's check this out.
You were on your way home when you died. It was a car accident. Nothing particularly remarkable, but fatal nonetheless.
Jeez.
It was a painless death. The medics tried their best to save you, but to no avail. Your body was so utterly shattered, you were better off, trust me. And that's when you met me. What happened? Where am I? You died, I said, matter-of-factly. No point in mincing words. There was a truck, and it was skidding. Yes. I died. Yes. But don't feel bad about it. Everyone dies. You looked around. There was nothingness. Just you and me. What is this place? Is this the afterlife? More or less. Are you God? Yes, I'm God. My kids? My wife? What about them? Will they be all right? That's what I like to see, I said. You just died and your main concern is for your family. That's good stuff right there. You looked at me with fascination. To you, I didn't look like God. I just looked like some man, or possibly a woman. Some vague authority figure, maybe. Don't worry, I said. They'll be fine. Your kids will remember you as perfect in every way. They didn't have time to grow contemptuous of you. Your wife will cry on the outside, but will be secretly relieved. To be fair, your marriage was falling apart.
Oh no.
If it's any consolation, she'll feel very guilty for feeling relieved. Oh. So what happens now?
Jeez.
Or
My.
something? Neither. You'll be reincarnated. Ah,
Okay.
Okay.
so the Hindus were right. All religions are right in their own way. Walk with me. You followed along as we strode through the void. Where are we going? Nowhere in particular.
Lava
It's just
lamp
nice to
land.
walk while we talk. So, what's the point then?
Stalagmite.
When I get reborn, I'll just be a blank slate, right? A baby. So, all my experiences and everything I did in this life, won't matter. Not so. You have within you all the knowledge and experiences of all your past lives. You just don't remember them right now. I stopped walking.
It's the only
and took you by the
spirits that when
shoulders.
you're dead.
Your soul is more magnificent, beautiful, and gigantic than you can possibly imagine. A human mind can only contain a tiny fraction of what you are. It's like sticking your finger in a glass of water to see if it's hot or cold. You put a tiny part of yourself into the vessel, and when you bring it back out, you've gained all the experiences it had. You've been in a human for the last 48 years, so you haven't stretched out yet and felt the rest of your immense consciousness. If we hung out here for long enough, you'd start remembering everything. But there's no point to doing that between each life. How many times have I been reincarnated then? Oh, lots. Lots and lots. And into lots of different lives. This time around, you'll be a Chinese peasant girl in 540 AD.
Upgrade.
Wait, what? You're sending me back in time? Well, I guess technically, time as you know it only exists in your universe.
Omnipresent.
Things
flat
different where I
circle.
come from. Where you come from? Oh, sure. I come from somewhere else. and there are others like me, I know you'll want to know what it's like there, but honestly, you wouldn't understand. Oh, you said, a little let down. But wait, if I get reincarnated to other places in time, I could have interacted with myself at some point. Sure, happens all the time. And with both lives only aware of their own lifespan, you don't even know it's happening. So, what's the point of it all? I looked you in the eye. The meaning of life, the reason I made this whole universe, is for you to mature. You mean mankind? You want us to mature? No, just you. I made this whole universe for you. With each new life, you grow and mature and become a larger and greater intellect.
Plot twist, he's Jesus.
Just me? What about everyone else? There is no one else. In this universe, there's just you and me.
We all live within
You
our
stare
own
blankly at
universes.
me. But all the people on Earth, all you, different incarnations of you.
We are all one
Wait,
energy.
I'm everyone.
We are one with God.
Now
God
you're
is
getting
one
it.
with us.
I'm every human being who ever lived. Or who will ever live. Yes. I'm Abraham Lincoln. And you're John Wilkes Booth too. I'm Hitler, you said, appalled. And you're the millions he killed. I'm Jesus. And you're everyone who followed him.
That's Greg Alba. I don't know what
You
he's
felt
talking
silent.
Yeah, just like you.
Every time you victimize someone, you were victimizing yourself. Every act of kindness you've done to yourself. Every happy and sad moment ever experienced by any human was or will be experienced by you. You thought for a long time. Why? Why do all this? Because someday you will become like me. Because that's what you are. You're one of my kind. You're my child. Wow, you said incredulous. You mean I'm a god? No, not yet.
Mormonism.
You're a fetus. You're still growing. Once you've lived every human life throughout all time, you will have grown enough to be born.
How long's that
the
gonna
whole
take?
universe, it's just
What if the sun burns
an
out?
egg, I answered. Now it's time for you to move on to your next life. And I sent you on your way.
That's gotta be disconcerting. Interesting.
Well, support us.
Yeah.
Supports me, supports you. Because we are all one.
By supporting one of us, you're supporting yourself and all of us.
So if you actually pledge to our Patreon page,
You're pledging to every Patreon page.
it works that way.
Kill all the birds with one stone.
Because that's the only pledge that's going to happen out of any of this.
Yeah. And you might get your video up on YouTube.
That was great.
Yeah,
That
I
was
enjoyed
beautiful.
this a lot. Yeah.
I love the unique avatar kind of. I don't mean avatars in the James Cameron movie, just the.
Every character
Yeah.
is played by Sam Worthington.
Yeah, definitely. Just the avatar kind of drawings
The
that they
art
had for
style,
here.
yeah.
This seems to deal a lot with the existential kind of beliefs that I have developed over the years. One book I read a long time ago, twice, was called Conversations with God, and for the most part, a lot of what is taught in there seems in summation with this. So I thought it was cool to kind of see a short story format version of it. But I have an odd theory too. This was inspired by the movie 50 First Dates.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. I can see that.
There's a lot of jokes about Adam Sandler makes fun of it in all his movies, but it's especially like quadrupled down in 50 First Dates of he has an egg head and then she draws a picture of an egg. And then every single day she
Yeah.
wakes up, she has to get a new explanation, re-explain this, and embark on a new life. But then it's restarting every single day. And similar for this character, every time he dies, she dies, whatever, gets the whole explanation done to him or her again. And then embarks on a journey.
Yeah.
And will forget all of this by the time they start.
Yeah.
So.
And God is Christopher Walken from Click.
So maybe it's both 50 First Dates and Conversations with God, or it's just
50 First Conversations.
really the remake of. There you go. That's my other theory. So yeah,
The mashup.
I know it's like this lends itself to get into some really big, sort of like, well,
Perverted conversations.
esoteric kind of conversations. At the same time, I had that thought pop in my brain, so I decided to lead with that instead of going all deep, Greg.
Yeah, no. Sandler is a perfect primer for something like this. I feel like he would love a video just like this. Yeah, I mean, I really like the art style and the colors and everything, and the strain. This almost reminded me of a School of Life video, but a little more abstracted and
funnier.
And hilarious, especially when your marriage is falling apart and your wife's happy you're dead.
I love that. I love that little character nugget they threw in.
Yeah,
there.
I was like,
everything is like traditional. There's really no character exploration. It's not about that. It's not. It's about exploring the ideas and stuff in existence. But then you got this one very specific detail.
Development.
But I think that goes hand in hand when I link it back to Conversations with God in a way, because they say the whole purpose of life is to mature and
to collect as much experience as you can.
Conversations with God, they really highlight that life is about experience primarily. The simplest of analogies is like you can't have good without bad. You can't even really know joy unless you experience depression and pain or whatever. So having a life, it's like, okay, yeah, even though you experienced life, it was a good life. There was still some darkness, down elements that you left behind, and yeah, there was that too, but also in a way by his death, she's able to experience a type of liberation from it all.
And a nuance, of feeling bad about feeling that liberation, which is...
Yeah, it's very layered.
Yeah, totally. And I mean, this has
I want to see the short film about just their marriage falling apart.
And it ends with the car crash.
Yeah.
That's the previous video. But yeah, this has a very sort of all roads lead home philosophy to it that I've kind of adopted too over time. I like that they sort of pointed out, so the Hindus were right. Well, yeah, everybody's kind of right in their own way. And if you look at the various religions and the various metaphysical, because there's also this concept of reincarnation and the idea that you've lived past lives, you've experienced so much stuff, there's like a reserve of spirit energy that enchants, that's that 21-gram mystery that enchants the human body or whatever. I appreciated...
You don't have to sound so cynical when you talk about
That's
it.
right. Just such
21-gram
bullshit over
theory
here.
or whatever. Jeez.
We
might have viewers that really believe that, and you're just insulting them.
That's right. I totally slagged that off. I was like, that thing is a dumb idea. It's just when you poop yourself. Jeez.
So
21 grams of poop leave your body.
Continue, please.
You see a lot of little, snippet videos like these that kind of expound thoughtfully upon an idea like that, especially in the modern landscape where we do have a lot of different schools of thought to jump behind. We have a lot of prominent religious figures. We have the rise of, the sort of new age, beliefs and stuff like that. I've been fascinated by the interplay between them lately in life. And so I like that this encompasses all of them in a way.
Yeah. And it also explores the concept of, God is not giant white dude with a beard.
It's not a guy who just wants you to do a specific amount of things.
He's not buff Santa, essentially. I mean, if you believe that, you believe that. Going off what this idea explores is
just like a celestial figure.
I mean, I still poke fun by saying buff Santa, so I'll give you that.
Yeah.
And I could just edit it out, but why do that?
Yeah. Why do that?
Yeah, the idea of God not being that kind of figure, and also God being an omnipresent figure, so the whole thing with like time travel, like the rules of time don't exactly work the way we imagine it. And I've heard that's the way time is in general. I like that they didn't actually try to explore the concept of who God is, because it's not some singular entity or something like that, and I imagine we possibly couldn't understand in humanoid form.
Well, and I think that would take away from the thoughtful quality. It's too big of a question to be like, this is what God is, and have the video still be effective and not get lost into an argument.
Yeah, of course. And I also really love the idea, a Kennedy, JFK. Have you heard of him? He got shot in the face.
Oh, damn. By Abraham Lincoln, right?
Yeah. Sorry to all the JFK fans out there.
Too soon.
JFK, he said that each of us need all of us, and all of us need each of us. Wait, was that him? I know he said, "Ask not what you can do for your country."
Ich bin ein Berliner.
No, ask not what can your country do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. But I believe that was also followed with that. It's kind of hard for me to dive into. But yeah, I just kept flashing the conversations with God with this. The idea of our life, it's not that we have this idol up in the sky and the presence everywhere that we must worship. It is more about why the Creator has us is because by us having our experiences, God, it is having, I want to go her experience through us as well. So we are likewise becoming one with God. So that is also in tune. It's like a Christian beliefs say that we were made in the image of God. And I've had my own kind of interpretation to what that can be, and it's more in tune with what this video is saying.
Yeah, totally.
I'm pretty sure if we do a behind-the-scenes research of this, the author is just trolling us.
Yeah,
and is a hardcore atheist and thinks there's nothing after the after.
You think you live all the lifetimes, you're just gonna become God?
Silly! I can't believe you fell for this. All you gotta do is
Bunch
talk in
of
a certain
idiots,
tone,
yeah.
put some nice animation on here,
Soothing and treat mortal
suddenly
life events
everyone
like
thinks
they're-
you're deep.
Yeah, just parts of life. Cynicism is really what's at the root of all of the universe.
So yeah, I know we've talked mainly about ideas explored here, but in terms of just a good short story, I get why it's titled short story too, because of the way they chose to just have like just one voiceover for all the voices narrating this whole experience too. I don't know if it's difficult for people to digest this, but I found it easily digestible for something that is rather intricate.
Well, yeah, I feel like it not in a looking down upon you kind of way, but I thought it made it simple enough that like a kid could
Like
maybe
an idiot,
understand.
kid could understand.
Yeah, and there's something very much to be said, I think, for when people can choose the right words to thoroughly explain something simply.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
getcha.
Yeah,
No, I feel
which
you.
is really hard to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, this was beautiful. Well, we just subscribed, and I want to check out more of Kurzgesagt versus Bison in a nutshell. I want to check out more of this channel. This is interesting stuff. You guys can subscribe to The Real Rejects. You can click that notification bell to get notified whenever we've got a YouTube video up. You can check us out on Patreon, where we got TV show reactions, stream along, some shows with reaction highlights included, weekly Q&As. He does music video coverage weekly. Pete, Don, thank you again for sending this video over to us. We've been talking back and forth a lot lately, and you've been feeling the inspiration again to fulfill a story, a novel, or you even had a video game idea recently. But he shared with me a quote, and I know a lot of people who actually watch our channel are creative types, aspiring writers, and I just wanted to share this quote with everyone here since we've been getting a little bit deep. He said a video game once told him, which I thought was like, wait, the game talked to you?
The disc came to me in a dream.
Pete. Sometimes when you're writing a story, your brain gets fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That is very beautiful. Also wrong.
Yeah,
100% wrong. If you do not strive for perfection on that first draft, your second draft will suck, your third draft will suck. This whole idea that writing is rewriting, this myth that has been thrown around, not true. Pulp Fiction, one draft.
I go over every sentence one at a time, and when that sentence is perfect, only then do I move to the next sentence.
Social Network, one draft.
Totally.
Rogue One, one draft.
Yeah, dude. Oh,
Justice League, one draft.
Scary Movie 5, one
No,
draft.
that had rewrites.
That had rewrites.
And that's why it was bad.
You know, they shouldn't rewrite. The rewrites are the key to these movies.
I just said they're not.
I don't mean that. I'm lying
You
to
were
the people.
yes-ending totally wrong.
I
You're rewriting the
don't-
joke. See what happens?
No, but improv.
All right. Pete,
Ah.
good advice.